All right, so today you will learn what are the essential equations of soil mechanics. So, I used to teach soil mechanics for civil engineering students. So, this is actually one of the easiest subjects in civil engineering, the soil mechanics. So these are these are the equations that you would encounter in the beginning parts of soil mechanics. All right, soil is not like steel or concrete. It's actually chaotic mix of rock particles, water, and air. So the equations we use aren't perfect, but they are our best tools to predict how this chaos will behave under pressure. All right? So today we will all learn the language of soil or the language of the ground. So these equations will describe the basic makeup of our soil. The first equation that is very common in soil mechanics is the water content, the small w. All right? So how would you solve the soil content or the W of soil? So the water content has this equation, all right? I want you to remember this equation of the water content. So the small w is just equal to the weight of the water divided by the weight of the soil solids, all right? And of course, you multiply it by 100 because it is a ratio. So the water content is simply a ratio of the weight of the water divided by the weight of the solids. And in your laboratory, soil mechanics laboratory, you'll actually be doing measuring the water content. All right, so your professor would tell you how to compute for the weight of the water as well as how to compute for the weight of the solids or the soil solids. And then you divide the two times 100, then it would be your water content. Or you can do it like this. So this is the formula for the water content. WW divided by WS, or the weight of the soil, times 100. So for example, if you have 100 grams of soil or solids and you have 20 grams of water, your water content is 20%, right? You simply divide 20 divided by 100. So it is a ratio. It's not a total amount. So it's a ratio. All right, so that is the first equation, basic equation in soil mechanics. The next equation, which is also very important, is the void ratio, or an E. So the void ratio. The formula for the void ratio, E, is also a ratio. Volume of voids divided by volume of the soil particles or the solids, or VV divided by VS. So the volume of the voids. So you imagine a box that's filled with a ping pong balls, right? These balls are the soil solids, right? And the spaces between the balls are the voids. So these spaces that exist between the solid particles of soil is what we call the void. So we also need to compute the percentage or how much void is actually present in our soil, right? So that is the void. So the void ratio would tell us how much empty space there is compared to the solid material, right? Because if it has too much space, that's not good, right? So there must be a balance between the spaces inside and the soils as well. So it cannot just be pure spaces, or spaces are the spaces actually is more than the solids, right? So a low E or void means it's dense. That is correct. If it has less space inside, in between these soil particles, that means the soil is actually tightly packed, or it is a dense soil. Why it is dense? That's because there is less void inside those soil particles. All right, so that was the second equation. The third equation that you must also remember is the unit weight, and that is the symbol of the unit weight, or a density, right? So we have a unit weight, which is also a ratio, the total weight divided by the total volume. So the total weight of the soil divided by the total volume of the soil, or you have this formula here. So the unit weight is just the density of the soil. How much does a cubic meter of it weigh? So we have different names for different conditions. All right, so there are so many types of unit weights. All right, there is what we call the moist unit weight. This one, the moist unit weight, this is the normal everyday weight. There's also what we call a saturated unit weight. All right, so when all the voids are filled with water. All right, so if you have a soil and the soil has so many voids, and if you fill it with water and the voids are all filled with water, and then you compute the percentage of voids, so that is now the saturated unit weight, if you want to compute the unit weight of the soil. So when all the voids are filled with water, and this is the heaviest the soil can get when it is actually filled, when the voids are filled with water. Another type of unit weight is the dry unit weight. So when all the voids are filled with air, so instead of water, the voids are filled with air. So when will this happen? This will happen after baking it in an oven. No, if you dry a soil inside an oven, so all this water will be released. All this water in the voids, all this water inside, or the spaces of the soil particles, will be released. And what is left would just be air, right? And there you can compute the dry unit weight, because you have taken all the moisture, all the water away by baking the soil. And what is left in the voids is simply air. All right. Now there is also another type of unit weight, the submerged or the buoyant unit weight. So this is the effective weight of soil when it is underwater, like it is at the bottom of the ocean. So the water buoys it up just like it does to a swimmer. All right, so there are so many types of unit weight. So the basic formula of unit weight is this, but depending on what you want to compute, like the moist unit weight, the dry unit weight, or the submerged unit weight. All right, so remember all these basic formulas. So I think there's no difficulty memorizing these basic soil formulas for soil mechanics. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video. All right, have a good day.